Hello, ladies. How are you? Super fluffy. Super fluffy. Hello, pretty girl. Well, hello, lady. How are you? All right, there you go. A lot of snow. about 5 degrees, I think, right now, so it's above zero. The only reason why I'm bundled up at all is because when that snowblower's throwing snow, it gets all over me, and then it's a bit windy out too. Little breezy. Let's top this bad boy off right now so I don't have to. I don't like filling it while it's running, but I don't like turning it off right after I get it started either, so. Get that one out. That one right there. That's full. I'd say we probably got close to, we got at least 8 inches of snow. This thing is the best investment I've made as far as equipment for the property goes. Up. Really? Chickens, what are you doing? Ladies, hi. Hello. Pretty girls. All right, I can go inside and finally relax. It'd be nice when that snow sheds off the roof. It's gonna be cool. Frustrating, frustrating, frustrating. It seems like we're going to start this video off the same way we ended last video. So for whatever reason, we were not supposed to get cold last night like we did, but we ended up with 26 below zero again this morning when I woke up and went to start the truck, and just too cold. Just too cold. It's tough on vehicles up here with this intensive cold and unable to plug into a block heater. So I'm gonna fire the generator up, try and get this thing running, because I got a million things I have to do today. Because I got to work tomorrow. Normally I don't work on Sunday, but it's inventory for the store, so I'm gonna be working 6 days this week. I can figure out how to get this bad boy started. It seemed like it became a lot easier to start when I had the charger plugged into the battery as well to top that off. I think that's a lot of the issue I'm struggling with right now, is that it's an older battery. It's not old. I mean, by all means, it works. It's been working fine for the last couple of days here, since last weekend, actually, for a week. But you know, the cold is tough on mechanical stuff, and it's really tough on batteries. So I'm going to play around with that. I'm going to put the good boots on because it's a tad chilly out there. It's still 21 below right now. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. And I need to go to town and do laundry today because I'm working tomorrow, so I'll be working all week next week. I need to get propane because I don't like having empty propane bottles here. I need to get gas for the generator. And then I need to get started on painting the boards for the kitchen ceiling. God, man, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. These are Baffins. They're Canadian made, and they're beasts. I mean, they are absolutely the best footwear I've ever used for cold weather in my life. And I don't like my toes being cold. Nobody does, but it really gets on me when they are. So these are rated to 90 below zero. I've never been in 90 below zero, so I can't tell you if they work at that temperature or not. I can tell you though that at 25, 30 below zero, you're not getting cold. If anything, your feet are sweating. So I'm gonna wear these for a bit. I'll probably bring a change of shoes with me to town if these, in fact, if I do in fact get everything started up again. Super, super insulated. The only problem with these is that they're not as flexible when you're walking in them, so you walk around like a knucklehead. But I will take that over cold feet. So if you think it was cool seeing the vapor barrier or the vapor last week flowing off that back window, check this out. That's crazy, huh? It's starting to snow a little bit too. That's all the moisture and built up humidity inside escaping out. So I'm going to get everything set up and plugged in. It's a pain in the butt. I'll show you what I got to do, and then we'll fire up the generator. Hopefully it'll work without any issues. So there's two things I have to plug in here. One is my battery charger, and the other is the block heater. And, no vehicles really come equipped with remote start. Up here in Alaska, they almost all come equipped with this little plug right here. And that little plug goes to my block heater, so I'm going to plug that in. I'll bring my charger out and get that set up and ready to go, and then I'll get the generator out and fire that up. If you wonder why you have a blue extension cord, it's because these extension cords are designed to work in extreme cold weather. And regular extension cords won't work well. So I'll get this plugged in. Pain in the membrane.
Well, I think we better be able to do this in one tank, because that's about all I got. Like I said, I wasn't planning on this being an issue today. My finger's freaking cold. Not planning on this being an issue today. I was planning on going to town this morning, running some quick errands, getting some stuff done, and then coming back and starting on that ceiling. But Alaska had other ideas. My skinny one is my battery charger. And it takes, I mean, it's so cold out here, it takes no time at all for this extension cord to start to freeze. Turn that on, and let's see what we got. I'm going to go see what my charger's doing on the charger thing over there. Battery's at 12.2 volts. I'm going to let it run for, I don't know, maybe a half an hour. Then I'll come out and try and start the vehicle. I plugged in the block heater as well. I'm thinking it's mainly the battery at this point. It's just getting so cold that it's losing enough oomph to get the car started and keep it running. Going inside, it's cold. Well, it's been about an hour and a half. Still won't start. It just drives me nuts. Todd's going to swing by after he's done doing his coffee thing. We'll try and get a jump on it and see if we can't get it started that way. But this is just a great example of how batteries just hate the cold. Hate the cold. And obviously it doesn't do any good that Sean didn't try to start the truck last night before he went to bed again. Frustrating. Oh well, not much I can do, so we're just going to let it do its thing, and hopefully I got enough gas in the generator, it's full, to be able to run it long enough to get that thing started up. this kind of stuff doesn't happen when I don't have a day off. Ah. Oh man. Okay, so Todd came over and hooked up some jumper cables to it, and finally got it running. I'll go turn the heater on here in a minute in there, but it's 11:30 in the morning, so I've been trying to get this thing started for 2.5 hours. Again, 100% my fault. If I'd have known, if I'd have thought, and I did, I thought, well, maybe I should start my truck before I go to bed last night. And I go, it's supposed to warm up tomorrow. Todd said he woke up at midnight and he thought it was chilly, so he looked at his temperature gauge, and he's across the street and down the road from me. And he said it was 30 below zero then at midnight. When I got up, it was 26 below zero. So truck's running, thank goodness. I need to get gas. I need to get propane. Need to stop off at the post office. I got a million errands I got to run today. I'm going to take you guys with me. So yeah, the basics of what I got to do on a day off when I only have one in a row, right? Laundry. I only have one day off this week, but I have it in a row, which is all I asked for. Crazy. All right, I'm going to warm up a bit, dig some shoes out for the trip. So I got everything. I realized the truck wouldn't start this morning at 6:30, and it was 11:30 by the time I got everything started on it, so I wasted 5 hours of my day. Frustrating, frustrating, frustrating. Now I am headed to town. The good thing is that I emptied out all of the low propane bottles that I had, because I had a bunch of low ones. I was rotating them, so I'm headed over to Kenai Feed to go ahead and get those all filled up. And then I'm going to run all the errands I need to run in town, including laundry, and get all that done. So I'll probably gone for most of the afternoon, I would imagine. It's nuts. I did bring an extra pair of shoes, though, because I think these ones are going to be a pain in the neck once I get to town and the temperature comes up. It is now 10 below zero. We are at the warmest temperature we've had probably in the last 3 days. But clouds are moving in, and we do have snow in the forecast, so I expect it to warm up to right around zero, and then for the rest of the week we're looking at temperatures in the 20s above, which would be a nice change, a very nice change. Crazy. I caused myself more problems than I need to. I also have both of my gas cans in the back. I'm going to stop off at Big John's and fill both of those up as well, so that I have some gasoline sitting at the house, because I've only been filling one tank or one can, and that's stupid. That's absolutely stupid, because I never have a spare when I run low. So we'll get that taken care of as well. I've said it multiple times, but you know, one is I read a lot of military sci-fi, and whenever you talk about special forces make comments in military sci-fi, basically their creed, their mantra is 1 is none and 2 is 1. Now I understand completely what they mean by that. Let the truck warm up for about 30 minutes, and then we'll head to town. There's the store I work at, and if you send me a package and it's too big for my mailbox, then I have to come get it at the post office, which honestly is not a hassle. Because the post office is right up here. And this is the main central post office for Soldotna and this part of the Kenai Peninsula. It's pretty big. So like all the mail that goes to Sterling and out where I'm at in Funny River, and you know, here in town, and I don't know what other places, but quite a few of them all go through this post office. Somebody got the bright idea of putting roundabouts on this road. I don't have a problem with roundabouts, but most Alaskans have no idea how to use them. Well, like that lady, she had the right of way. But she's treating it like a stop sign. up to 5 below zero now. Holy smokes, it's warm. That's the tax building, the Kenai Peninsula Borough Administration and School District office. That's where we go pay our property taxes. This is our post office. Super nice people at work here. I think it's a contract deal. I don't think it's actually operated by the post office per se. All right, let's go get our package. We got a package from a viewer. This is from Bud Armstrong. Thanks, Bud. Greatly appreciated, man. All the way from Georgia. And I just did the remote start on the truck because I'm not taking any chances. -5 right here in town now. All right, Kenai Feed, the absolute best price I've found so far for propane in my area. I usually come by here anyway for feed. I just don't need it today, so I'll buy it in town if I only have one bottle to fill because it is a bit of a drive out here. But I've got 3 bottles to fill today, and at $3.49 a pound, so it just went up, or $3.49 a gallon. It's a great deal. Oh, there's somebody out here. Cool. All right. All right. So I just filled up the 3 bottles, and I ended up with 13.5 gallons because I don't let them fill it up more than 4.5 gallons per bottle. This time of year when it's this cold, even though they're a 5-gallon bottle, you can get 5.5 gallons of propane in there. And it's $3.49 a gallon, so $48 and some change for 13.5 gallons. Next stop, I'll take you guys by my favorite weekend stop lately, and that's Echo Lake Meats. Local butcher shop that just has incredible meat. And I was thinking about what to have for dinner tonight, and usually I'll stop in there and get a steak, right? I'll do a New York, and I was not a fan of New Yorks for years, but I bought one there, and it was just delicious. It was New York done right. This is not grocery store meat. This is the good stuff. Pay a little bit more for it, but I like to have a nice meal once in a while. So I think today we'll get us a pork chop or 2. See how thick they are. If I can find a couple of thin ones, I'll do that. Cook them up tonight at the cabin. But it's a wonderful butcher shop, so if you're looking for great meat, definitely check out Echo Lake. They're super awesome. It's starting to snow now too, so temperature's going up a little bit. We're still below zero, but we should see an increase in temperature later on this afternoon, and then we've got wind coming in too, so we're supposed to have snow and blowing snow. I've seen forecasts of anywhere from 4 to 10 inches. It keeps changing. It just all depends on which direction this thing's going to hit, whether or not it's going to dump its snow on us as it moves up towards the Cook Inlet, or it's going to dump it on the other side of the Cook Inlet. So if we get it on this side, we can get some pretty good snow tonight, which means tomorrow Sean will be out with the snowblower. I don't mind blowing the snow though. I don't mind using the snowblower if the temperature is warmer. I don't have a problem with that at all. Look at this. Made in-house. Wagyu. Perfect. Those are perfect. Ribeyes, chuck roast tenderloin, custom aged meats. All right. So I picked up one of these guys that does this, right? I don't fill anything up. I stopped off at Echo Lake Meats. I think I told you I picked up a couple little pork chops for dinner tonight, and then stopped off and got gas here at Big John Chevron. I love this place because I got great pizza by the slice. I'm gonna call this a hot Hawaiian because it's got jalapeno peppers, it's got Canadian bacon, pineapple, and it looks like maybe even some bacon or sausage on there. So next stop, the laundromat. laundry done, so I don't have to deal with that this week. Yum. Good pizza. That. Here's some garlic. A shot of lemon. Nice. Let's throw that and plugged in the charger, and then never connected the charger to the battery. Positive, positive. The inside house one, I have a 12.1 volt charge on that battery right now. So we'll see if we can't top that up. Oh, what else do I need while I'm in here? Mud. More brushes for painting. There we go, I got this. I also bought a small bucket that I think is pretty cool. From the World of Wally, and another brush. So this one, basically it's got graduated lines on the side, so it'll be easier to go to find my mixture and to stay with my mixture. But to start with, I'm going to kind of cheat. See if I've got another small container somewhere. I need a plastic coffee cup. Oh, you know what? That'll work perfect. Think of that. That will go golden. A sour cream container. So we'll see how this works out, blending it up. So when I originally did the concrete for the piers, to figure out how much a gallon was in my containers, I used this method, and it's pretty simple. So, where'd it go? Just had it. I literally just had it right next to me. So if I go in this measuring cup, let's just do like 4 ounces to start with. I don't need that much. Okay, there's 4 ounces. It's going to be 8 ounces of paint, but that's okay. Let's set it somewhere where I can draw on it. I need to make sure I'm nice and level. Okay. So it's this bar right here, about 4 ounces. So once I know what 4 ounces is, that'll be my line for paint. Then I'll just pour that water back into there for now and give myself 4 ounces of paint in here and see where we end up. So I'm using latex paint. If you're using an oil-based paint to do this, you use paint thinner to thin it down. Still didn't get up. Sure. But if you're using latex paint to do this, you use water to thin it down. And as I know right now that I have 4 ounces of paint in here, or I will. Oh yeah. I can play around with the levels. Is that good? By adjusting the amount of water that I add to this. Latex paint cleans up with warm water and soap. Good. So now I need my 4 ounces of water added to this. And this will be my first test. This is the 50-50 blend. Could use something to stir that up with. Pretty thin. So the reason you want to use the t-shirts, from everything I saw, or the cotton in general, is because it'll leave no streaks when it's done. So I think I'm going to grab one of my old t-shirts for the test board, because I've got a couple of them over there with holes in them, and I can just throw them away when they're done, so I don't need them. But this is the mixture I need, and we'll go ahead and play around with this and see if it works out. I want to paint everything, so I want to paint the tongue on the side as well. Oh, I love that. That is pretty. That might actually work. That is 50-50 right there. This was the initial color, and that's the lightening up. I don't know if maybe I'll do that twice. Let's see what happens if I do it a second time, kind of a difference it'll make. This wood is really dry, so it's going to absorb the heck out of that whitewash. I'm almost tempted just to leave it on there, because it's beautiful. And that's what it looks like if I don't wipe it off. That's pretty. Grain still comes through and everything. It'll take a little longer to dry if I do it that way, but I'm not in a hurry. So I might just leave it like that and call it good. And if that's the case, I can go ahead and I can just start doing these right now. I think I will. Smokes, it's 72 degrees in this house right now. I can almost turn the heater off. One 8-foot 1x6 tongue and groove. All done. So pretty happy about that. That went pretty quick today. I used the same mixture that I used yesterday. Basically 1-to-1, 4 ounces of paint, 4 ounces of water, and I got everything that I needed out of that. I should point out too that whenever you're going to stain something, if you want an even stain over the whole thing from every video that I saw, what you're looking for is, you know, the knots to absorb, everything to absorb the same, right? You can buy a pre-stain mixture that you paint on the boards first, so that when you put the stain on, which is basically what a whitewash is, you'll get a nice even flow. But I like the fact that you still see all of the knots that are in these boards. I think it looks nice, and it lightens up. It's quite a bit lighter than the actual color of the wood. The wood was much more orangish, and now it's still got a bit of a, you know, a bit of a golden hue to it, but it's more of a white golden hue to it, and I'm pretty happy with that. All right, I'm going to clean everything up because I'm a mess. I don't want to get the paint off me now before it dries too much, which entails heating water to get that done. Clean up the paintbrush. I didn't pick up the boards today on my way home from work. I'll probably pick those up next week, or actually maybe tomorrow after I get off of work. I'll go pick up 2 or 3 more boards and I can go ahead and do this again, now that I know the mixture is going to work the same day after day. But that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching as always. I know this was a little bit of work and a lot of BS, but you know, hopefully you guys got something out of this. I'm really happy with how this wood is looking right now. I'm Sean in Alaska. I hope you guys have a great week. Let's clean this paint off.